But I get it. There's some things that we expected a woman to do the entire marriage, like nurture, be feminine, cooperative, cook, clean, do all this, whatever traditional duties. The moment she stopped doing that shit, we probably gonna divorce her, right?
Most
Probably.
likely. Most
Okay,
likely.
so most likely, I'm glad you said it. So then on the flip side, there's things that women expect a man to do, typically provider, protector. So the moment a man is not providing a protector, do we expect her to do the same?
Do we expect her to do what? Stay with the man
Divorce us.
if he's not fulfilling his responsibilities?
No, you answered it clearly, bro.
If men and women, so you're talking about two different subjects versus the reason that I don't know why you
It's
just
the
went
same.
left like that. But hold on,
Well,
let me answer your
it's the
question.
same
So,
subject.
hold on,
It's just the
no,
value
it's
we find in women versus the value women find in us.
no,
And if
because we
we
were
no
talking about
longer have it and they no longer have it, is it an even reason for is the divorce justified evenly for both?
if two people are not fulfilling their responsibility, their core responsibilities to each other, most likely that relationship isn't going to last. Yes, I
Right.
agree with you.
And
But we
that
were
and
talking
that's
about,
that's the point I was just trying to make.
yeah, but that's why I said
I
you should
think I
be.
think
Go ahead, Trev.
I think it's a big difference. I think it's a big difference if someone won't versus they can't. Right? Let's just
True.
say like your wife, she has a severe medical condition that impairs her body. That's fine. Like only a cold-hearted savage, right? A real bastard would leave their wife if she can't fulfill her marital duties, right? Me personally, no, I don't do it. I don't think anybody in the panel who would be married would say that you should leave your wife in that situation. If you're and if the man he's crippled or whatever, he can't provide the same as he could. Maybe he'll get disability, but ain't going to hit like whatever he was doing before. So now versus you
Pause.
won't, right? Just because you don't, because you don't like it, you don't feel like doing something is a different ball game. Then yeah, hell yeah, you get your ass left. So I think it's a big difference, right? So we'd have to understand if a person can't versus won't, because that would ultimately be the deciding factor. Because if someone is just not willing to do shit that I'm used to getting, those type of services, whatever it is, man or woman, and then you won't provide it because you're not willing, the hell with you. But if you can't because you had some unforeseen circumstances, then it is what it is, and you just got to ride that out. That's
It's
what
20 it's 2024. What do you think the reality is? The reality is uh if we get crippled or we can't work, we can't count on our wives to stay with us. I think that's the reality. And it's the same thing with a woman. The like
depending on
he
what kind of
said, this
wife you
is the
got.
generation where we're gonna
Depending
be
on what
born.
kind of wife you got.
I got
You
I,
think
something.
your wife would do
I
that?
think it's just the Western culture. I think the women over here they're just so cutthroat and look, if you ain't providing this, I don't give a damn if your legs break and you can't work. I'm going to go find me another man.
Oh,
It's
go ahead, Mark.
scary. It's sad, but I think that's the reality.
Yep. Do y'all know the definition of marriage is like till death do you part? Not until you stop doing the gawk gawk 3000. Not if you can provide all of that stuff. Like men are going to retire, women are going to expire, like y'all like to say. Men are going to expire too. Like y'all supposed to grow old together. Like we just forget about the definition of marriage. You're supposed to stick with that person.
I don't
Period.
think. I
Yeah,
think for the
that
most
that makes
part,
sense.
men
But you
But we
have
forgetting about
keep
all the
forgotten
other
about it. I
vows you
think
made
we
prior
women.
keep
to
letting
that.
them out the conversation. Like you have to hold firm to something. Like if the men are not holding firm to this, like how can the women grasp this concept?
I
You're supposed
think.
to stick with them till death. Like that's
I think
what's
when I
supposed to
think
happen.
men understand that what you're saying. I think for the most part, the ones who initiate 70% of the divorces are the ones who don't
Y'all just
appreciate
said
that and actually not.
if somebody's not giving you oral pleasure, that you would divorce her. Y'all said that. Did y'all
Who?
not?
What?
Who's
Who
that?
said
Who said?
amongst? It was a
Trev, you
joke.
said
I wasn't.
that?
Y'all said that. All y'all said.
Who
Not all
said it?
y'all,
Who said it?
but Trev said
I
it.
didn't say that, bro.
Y'all said that. Y'all was like,
Well, look,
But I
you're
mean,
acting like they just made one vow. It's not one vow. You made a bunch of vows, right? And all those other vows, you were not honoring those in the first place. If
you
you
just said
if you
if you
just
found
say I'm
somebody
not going
better,
to,
you're leaving.
I never said that. I didn't say that. When did I say that?
You didn't
I
say
said
that.
men will run into those opportunities and can. I never said I would.
The
No,
fact that you're
or
dwelling
somebody
on that,
did
you
that
got
already.
all these details. It's like, dang, you might as well have done it because it's like We're not focusing on no for real. It's like
Damn.
I'm
You
the
want to put that
man
on me?
and I can get a younger chick. Good job, congratulations. But like you're married, like stick to what is the like marriage. Like stick to what the principles are. I'm married. I'm staying with my wife. I'm a wife. I'm staying with my husband till death do you part. Like
But you
everybody
gotta
keeps like it's like you're being
hold on, Ruth.
weak.
Hold on, Ruth. You gotta be real too, right? I mean, we're gonna have real conversations. I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of people that's married that have thoughts in their head, and those thoughts may not come out. So when we on these panels, I think one of the realest things we can do is just be transparent about what really goes on. But it stems from something, right? I mean, even when you think about like a man or a woman not fulfilling their duties, it's a reason why they're not doing it. It didn't just happen all of a sudden. It's probably some buildup that was happening, and nobody was communicating, and they just decided to just go their separate ways, and then eventually they just started living as roommates, and they said, it's a divorce. I mean, men are stick around even though they miserable, like they're still hanging there, and then the woman just go ahead and she just decides to foul. But these things do occur, so I think some of the solutions we really got to start focusing on is like how are we getting there, like how can we prevent these things, because if for whatever reason you're not happy, then by human nature the mind is going to wander. Now if you are fully vested like in that marriage, then you're more likely not going to have like a wandering mind. But it's still going to be pretty difficult because we do have eyes, and you may look, you may not think, but it happens. And I think one of the realest things you can really just say is that shit happened. I'm pretty sure it happened. You might not admit to us, but I'm pretty sure some guy. It could have been a guy came on the panel, and you. I ain't gonna say nothing, but yeah.
Wait, what? I
One,
don't want nobody here. What's
no,
going
I'm
on?
not saying. I'm not talking about today in particular. I'm just
Y'all
saying.
already getting me in trouble.
Well,
Listen,
I was just
I
looking
ain't
at
got
you.
nothing to
I
say to
was
y'all. Y'all not getting me in trouble. I'm happy home.
somebody was in the chat giving you compliments, and I seen you getting butterflies, and I
I
seen you
don't get
feeling
butterflies.
well,
I'm friendly.
okay,
I'm fit,
something was
feminine, and
going on.
friendly, and I'm getting in
Damn.
trouble for it.
Something was going
Okay.
on. You was blushing a little hard.
I
That may,
always
so your
listen.
mind.
I don't take it to the head. It happens all the
Okay,
time.
let me go ahead and get back to the topic. One of the other things too is I don't think people are really focusing and realizing is that we are getting old. If you're about 40 or near 40, if you really think about when people falling off, they falling off in their 60, they falling off in their 50s, they falling off in their 70s. So we really ain't got that much time. So if you're 40, you probably got about 25, 30 years. I mean, you hope for more, but at the rate that we going, and we could probably say it could be the food, all the processed food that we eat, and it could be the way that our lifestyle that could be contributing to us falling off. But you really ain't got that much time. So even the people that single that say like one day I'll find somebody, uh, I don't think who was it? Ali was saying that. I don't think Ali was lying when he's saying that it's not gonna be nobody that by your bedside. Like you have to build these bonds early on, otherwise that attachment is not going to be there. If you don't start early, nobody's going to want to stick around when shit stop working. Like when your dick stop working, when your pussy dry up, they ain't gonna want to be around because y'all haven't put the time in. People that got married early, they put that time in, so it's easier for them to be able to endure when these things occur. But if you in your 40s or something like that, and you saying, "I just ain't found the right one," well, you might have to look at yourself and try to figure out what's going on because we getting older. We are dying, and then when you sit in that bedside, when you reflecting over your entire life, and you haven't got the max out of life, you haven't got the experience.
I agree with you 100%. What I was trying to say was, I think it's better. Marriage is better when two people say divorce is not an option. Like if it's one person saying divorce is not an option, it's not gonna work. What I'm saying is that should be part of our language. That should be part of how we think. The mentality needs to be tougher. Maybe people are just too weak to be in marriage because it is like a war. It is you do have to endure some stuff. You do have to look the other way. You do have to forgive. You got to do the hard stuff or you're not ready to be married, and that's why you would get divorced. But I'm just saying, if we can't even in a conversation say, you know what, divorce is not an option, we're going to take divorce off the table. That's how people last in 35 and plus years, because they do take divorce off the table. But we constantly like, well, maybe technically I'll let you off the hook for this and that, and I'm off the hook for that. Like that's where it all starts. I'm saying it's a slippery slope.
I think everybody agrees with you, but that's why when we start processing what's happening, that's what Trev and Bruiser, well, Darwin was trying to say, is that when you're looking at divorce rates, women are leaving. And we know what's even worse, what we coming to find out in data wise, even if the woman cheats, men are more likely to stay. They don't even leave when the woman cheats as well too. So women, the number one reason why people divorce is because of lack of commitment. So women are divorcing 70% to 80% of the time, and 90% if they're educated. That's what we keep speaking about. Not only that, our women is the only group that's divorce rate is higher than their marriage rate. And our group is the only one where the men out marry women. There's 500,000 more married black men than there are black women. So men are trying to marry, but women are our women are the biggest divorces. They're leaving and they're not committing. So I agree with you 100%. We shouldn't leave each other, but majority of people who are leaving because of lack of commitment are women.